Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We're on Odana Road today at Crazy Lenny's e-bikes. Now maybe you've driven by, maybe you've heard of electric bikes but just don't know much about them. We're going to learn later about electric bikes and maybe getting you on one. Maybe getting you on one.
I think I'm the guy today. So.
I think you are. I did not wear my biking bloomers. Right now though, we're meeting with Alex Vang. He's with Pinpoint Diagnostic Soundwaves Imaging. Darn you, Alex, that's such a long name.
Really?
We're going
call PDSI for short if you want.
PDSI for short. I'm done with that. Now, last time we met with you, you mentioned quite a list of ultrasound services. That's what your business does. Mm-hmm. Can we recap what those are? Because we hear ultrasound, we think pregnancy, and there's really a lot more to it than that.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of variety of ultrasound services. What we did was we just kind of broke it down to 3 different types of packages. We have our abdomen packages, we have our vascular package, and our superficial package. So anybody that's having like abdominal pain, chest pain, back pain, or urinary infection, that the doctors kind of want to focus on, like the gallbladder, the liver, or the pancreas, and kidneys, and all those abdominal structures, that's what the abdomen package is going to be focused on. Mm-hmm. If somebody's having stroke-like symptoms or concern for strokes, we do the vascular package. That's looking at the carotid arteries to make sure that there's no plaque in there or narrowing of the vessel. Sometimes people may have swelling in their legs or arms, and the concern is there blood clots in that. And so we would do a Doppler ultrasound to kind of rule that out. And then the superficial package, that's more for organs and stuff that are more on the surface. So like your thyroid, for example, it's right there by the neck. So our superficial package is going to be focused on those organs and stuff to kind of give the doctor a look at what they look like. Is there a lesion or a mass or something there on those organs? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I recall that if you take a look at his website, you have it all laid out pretty nicely, all the different ultrasound services that you offer.
Yeah, and is there a way that we can find out like the cost of some of these things? Do you have that listed on a website, or?
Yeah, so if you go to our website, www.pinpoint diagnostic or PDSI Diagnostic Ultrasound Services.com, you're going to be able to click on this on the service tab, and the service tab is going to give you those 3 packages, like we said, broken down to abdomen, superficial, vascular. Sure. It's going to give you a brief description of what those services and kind of include, like a kidney ultrasound. It includes looking at the kidneys, the bladder, and then if you click on the price tab on the website, it's going to give you a listing of this is what we charge for a kidney ultrasound. Okay. There's no hidden cost or anything, or no. You actually can see, oh, okay, this is what it's going to cost me.
Right.
That's nice.
Yeah, really nice.
I think we fly blind a lot in the medical world when it comes to procedures. You just kind of do what you have to do.
Right.
That's nice to know if you're budgeting.
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So does it hurt to have an ultrasound, and what's like the time commitment
So
to do that?
general ultrasounds don't hurt. It's not like we poke a needle or anything and draw blood, or so it's relatively painless. We just kind of put gel over the area that you want to kind of assess, and we'll use a camera to kind of scan those areas. Now, if you do have abdominal pain, it may be a little bit uncomfortable because you may have to push a little bit when we're looking at the organs there. But typically it's painless, and an ultrasound you can kind of expect to take about half an hour to about an hour, depending on what type of ultrasound. Typically it's about half an hour, but it just depends on how difficult it is to get the images that needed. And back to the tab there where it says service, there's a rough estimate of, for a kidney ultrasound, it's roughly about half an hour, so you can kind of see
all listed there. That's
all
nice.
on the website.
This guy's really detailed.
Yeah. I
Which is a
appreciate
good
that.
thing when it
Yes.
comes to our health. We want someone who is detailed.
Right, you really do.
So this is a standalone business that does ultrasound services. When we go to the doctor, we've got a problem, they diagnose, they say you need an ultrasound. How do we make that step to coming to you? Because I think typically a doctor says, here's your number, call this and schedule an appointment.
Right, so a lot of clinics, they usually, or providers will usually have like certain people they refer to, and a lot of times they don't know about the services, so they're just referring them to the hospital. Mm-hmm. When you go to the hospital, you're getting charged hospital fees, facility fees, and all these extra charges. So to use our service, you really have to be an advocate for yourself and say, hey, I need this alternative. Can you refer me to PDSI ultrasound service to have this done? Because it works the same way. If the provider sent us an order referral, we're able to schedule the exam, get it done, get a group of board-registered radiologists to do the interpretation. We'll get all that information back to their provider. So it's very important to let the provider know that this is the alternative that you need.
So we need to get the word out to not just patients, but maybe some doctors too.
Right, and that's the whole, I want to say, we're a resource not just for the people in the community, but also for the providers and the health clinics here. We want to be able to improve healthcare and wellness for people by offering it and making it more affordable and giving different alternatives, because I feel that it's very important to empower people in the community with the choice to be able to choose their health and their care.
Yep, and more these days, we do have to take charge of our own health care, unfortunately.
Definitely.
We're out of time, Alex. It flies by.
It's always great.
But you'll be
talking.
back.
Real quick, where are you?
So we're located on the west side of Madison, just off the
Okay.
belt line on 725 Heartland Trails in Suite 205.
All right. We'll get that on the screen. Very good. Thank you. So good
Thank
to
you.
talk to you again.
Yeah,
Alex
me too.
Vang with Pinpoint Diagnostic Soundwaves Imaging. We're at Crazy Lenny's E-Bikes, and we'll be right back.